Hey, turn me up just a little bit. Mic check 1 2 1 2.
Can I talk to you? Yeah. Can I share with you? Yeah. Something personal. Yeah. Where I've been, what I've done, who I am.
Yeah. We got Anthony Lofties from Tennessee. Hi, Anthony. Woo!
All right, everybody, I want to thank you all for tuning in, for coming back. So you know exactly what we're about to do. Everything on this channel, everything on this video is alleged for entertainment purposes only, and everything is in our opinion. So thank you. Welcome to my channel. Also, everything is a copyright disclaimer, fair use, entertainment purposes only, all alleged Copyright Act of 1976. Okay. Make sure you follow me on social media. I greatly appreciate that. Go download my album, listen to all the streams. I appreciate that. My book is available on Amazon. I get bullied too, and I'm telling. All right. And if you're looking for a smile makeover, hit up Dr. Roger Cooper. Use promotion code AL23 and you will get 30% off on your smile makeover. I appreciate that. And thank you for everyone who just tuned in to Why Some Tips Never Make It to My page. The line I won't cross as a blogger: clicks aren't worth lawsuits. Medical privacy is off limits. Here's why. Now, we are here to talk about Maurice create a problem he can't walk back. Did reality TV just expose a breaking point when reality TV conversations turn real? How does Kimmi move forward after this? Now, I will be going live tomorrow, y'all, because if you haven't seen my page, you all need to look at this. Baby, let me just say this. On network, Carlos King, y'all did y'all bilk one with that one. Y'all did y'all bilk one. And I'm going to speak in code a little bit tomorrow because I can tell you right now, the YouTube street's going to be mad. They're going to be mad when they find out what OWN Network has approved, what Carlos King done worked on, baby. But it's also going to prove how, we'll get into that tomorrow at 12 o'clock noon, all right? So y'all make sure y'all tune into that. Go ahead and set your reminder for that for tomorrow, all right? When I say you the king of reality, you are definitely that, sweetheart. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into this. Now, we're here to talk about Maurice and Kimmi. One thing about Maurice and Kimmi when it comes to the show, and I think we all can still agree. We watched Kimmi go through her journey with dealing with cancer. We listened to her talk about her relationship with her son and her being a single parent, this and that or whatever. We hear about Maurice coming in, but I still feel like I know absolutely nothing about Kimmi. Even from watching the episode, you heard her say that Maurice had they talk about their upbringing. I feel like we've learned a lot over the years about Maurice and Marcel. But still, out of all the seasons that we have watched this show, I still can't tell you shit about Kimmi Scott. I'm like, dang, girl, do you got a alias? Like, did you change your name? I'm like, what is it about this woman? Like, I would love to see a therapy session with Kimmi by herself. Now, I will say I have enjoyed Love and Marriage Huntsville bringing the therapist onto the show. I had a conversation with somebody else. Was it today or yesterday? He said that he's enjoying the show. He's enjoying at least learning about other people, even though if it may come off a little scripted. There have been some points I'm like, okay, I'm bored with this. Okay, y'all are getting on my nerve about Trish and Ken. Can we please find something else? Like, okay, we see the way Nell is coming in. Okay, we see in the next episode Nell and Miss Wanda gonna get into it. I'm like, oh, she bringing up something about the mamas. I'm like, oh gosh, like, Nell, you didn't jump across that table. Like, what's going on, love? Hold up, hold up. What would you do? Anyway, so let's go ahead and talk about Maurice and Kimmi. Now, we're gonna talk about the controversial comments about his wife and the intimacy, okay? The biggest source of backlash, and keep in mind, y'all, I'm giving you all perspective from a production standpoint. Not saying their production, but this is just my opinion. After talk to some of my friends who are producers, they was like, go off of this right here, okay? The biggest source of backlash started before the current season when Maurice gave an interview where he talked about his intimate life with Kimmi in a way many fans found disrespectful and tone deaf, Especially during her breast cancer journey, he said things implying he needs intimacy despite her illness and joked about her suffering through intimacy, which many viewers found insensitive. Kimmi herself later said his wording was just wrong and disrespectful and that it made her feel unprotected by him. We all know she did say something like that along the lines. Now, the clip went viral and fans criticized Maurice's attitude towards his wife boundaries and health. Now you all know, if I'm not mistaken, didn't somebody, was it Dennis from Portia Baby Daddy? Was he ready to fight him or something like that? I know they said it was somebody that got mad that was ready to fight Maurice because of that. Now, the ongoing messy behavior and social media backlash. Maurice and his brother Marcel have become regular targets on social media because of appearing to throw subshade and other cast members, tangling in cast feud and explosive sit downs on the show. Fans feeling like some of his behavior isn't supportive or respectful, especially given Kimmy's health challenges. This has led to a vocal portion of the fan base calling him out on social platforms, and some even arguing the show gives too much airtime to moments that paint him as insensitive. Okay. Now let's talk about the production role why they show these moments. Reality TV producers don't edit for niceness, they edit for drama. So producers highlight moments that gets reactions, especially those that spark debate or emotional responses. Clips like Maurice comments are perfect storm content because they provoke strong viewer engagement. When cast members clash, the show leans into those storylines to keep audience talking and tuning in. Specifically for Maurice, his interview comments were shock value content that got attention, and producers often follow the reaction by showing how it impact cast dynamics later. Show clips that create tension or moral debates are more likely to make promo, reels, and social media posts because they drive conversation and engagement. Reality TV rarely cut out controversy, it capitalized on it. So now, I want to show you all something. If you pay attention, Carlos King left a post under the neighborhood on talk. See y'all Saturday and on Monday when I have Claudia, Dustin, and Blue recap this on my YouTube channel. So everything that I just read, it basically leads to, okay, we got them talking, we got people divided, we got people in their feelings. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about this on the channel. So of course you're going to see the actual producer, the creator. You're going to see people in production, maybe people in production, but you're going to see people promote this because they're getting you engaged. This is how the show gets renewed, y'all. Okay. So let's talk about legal and real life stuff fuel the narrative. Maurice real world incident, like let's talk about his DUI arrest earlier in 2024 that was later dismissed. Also contribute to ongoing content and fan chatter because producers sometimes incorporate real legal issues into the show's framing or promotion. So you probably asking why this matters to fans. Viewers want accountability when a cast member seems insensitive. Many feel the show gives him a platform to defend or minimize controversial behavior rather than confront it. Others think the editing and production choices amplify problematic moments instead of focusing on growth or resolutions. So the backlash isn't just about what Maurice does or say, it's also about what the show chooses to highlight and how it frames his actions in relations to Kimmi and the rest of the cast. Okay? Now, Maurice Scott is controversial right now because he made comments about his wife's intimacy during her cancer fight. Many found disrespectful. Fans feel these comments show lack of sensitivity or protection towards Kimmi. Reality TV producers intentionally spotlight these hot topics because drama drives engagement and ratings. Ongoing storylines and real life incidents keep online discussions alive. So, of course, he's going to trend because of the comments that he made. He trended the first time when he made those comments on the interview with Carlos King. It made it to different media platforms. Didn't make the Shade Room, TMZ. It made what Hollywood Unlocked. So of course, those comments are gonna be on all those platforms. Like, okay, now let's get all these people in their feelings. Let's see who they're gonna cuss Maurice out. Oh, you're this, you're that. It keeps them talking. It's gonna make them tune into the show. All right. Now let's get back into it. So let's talk about how production actually sees moments like Maurice's. Engagement equals currency. Do you hear what I'm saying? Engagement equals currency. In reality TV, attention is the product. Production and the network track social media reactions, comment stitches, reels, and reposts. Think pieces, blogs, and YouTube breakdowns. Fans arguing in comments, pros and anti. When Maurice says something that offends people, spark debates, divide the audience, that's high value content to them. So the network love it when everyone is disagreeing and they're talking about this or they're tweeting it on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. They don't judge it. They don't judge it on good versus bad morals. They judge it on did people react. So when all these people was going live talking about somebody else, talking about they're reacting to this, you're giving the network what they want. They expect those letters to come in. Oh, I don't like the way you're doing this. You shouldn't be, because they got you watching. You're engaged. In their eyes, oh, we doing the right thing. So what? How the saying go? If you don't got no, if they not hating on you, you ain't doing something right. So they hating on you, that means you doing something right. All right. Let's talk about mixed reactions are better than universal praise. So, this is the key. If everyone agrees, conversations die fast. If people are split, conversations keep going. Maurice creates defenders. Y'all took it out of context. Critics. That was disgusting and insensitive. That push pulls keep the show trending. From production's point of view, silence kills a show. Controversy feeds them. Do you get that? Silence kills a show. If people are not talking about it, they don't care. That's the quickest way for a show to leave. Controversy feeds them. It keeps them getting renewed, okay? So controversial cast members are story engines. People like Maurice are valuable because they naturally create tension. They don't self-edit well. They give producers material without heavy scripting. That means less effort for production, more organic drama, easier episodes art. Even backlash help because it creates reunion questions, set up accountability scenes, give producers leverage. You need to address this on camera. So you might ask, does that scene that Maurice did with Kimmi, does it help them get renewed for another season? When owned and advertisers look at renewals, they care about viewership stability, social buzz, cultural relevance, whether the show is being talked about outside TV. Controversial moments like this increase clips being shared. It brings in casual viewers. Let me see what the fuss is about. Keep the show in blogs and comment sections. That absolutely strengthens the case for another season. So when people do these YouTube videos, y'all got these people talking, leave all these comments. Oh, I can't stand the network. I don't like Carlos King. I don't like production. Oh, they need to go ahead and do such and such. And somebody else might be in favor of the network. It's gonna let them get another season. But people so conflicted on Center saying, I'm not gonna talk about this because my fave ain't on the show. But you don't know if you want to talk about it, if you do, if you don't, because you still want to make your money, but at the same time you want to be loyal. You're talking about it. All right. So production sees it as good TV until advertisers. I ain't gonna say that right there. Production sees it as good TV until cast refuses to film. A line is crossed legally or reputationally. As long as outrage equals views, they ride with it. You get it? As long as outrage equals views, they ride with it. Somebody said facts, but it's worth the embarrassment. Maurice is a disgrace to his foolishness. Okay. All right, let's get back to this. So the bottom line, when it comes to Maurice, in production eyes, they're asking, did this make people react? And obviously, everything that Maurice said in that clip, everything that Kimmi did in the clip, okay, I forgive him, or I understand. I know it's an excuse. Honestly, I feel like Kimmi just as smart as everybody else on production. She like, you know what? I know if he say this, I need to say this right here. So now if I say that, oh, it's an excuse, I'm gonna give him a pass or whatever, it's going to make people say, oh, she's dumb. How dare she go through something like that? Only thing they're doing is getting another check. Because they know for a fact at the reunion, once they have a conversation, if they disagree about something, they can keep the story going. It's almost like you're writing a book that's not going to get published inside of a store. However, we're just seeing it being published on television, and we're just going to keep the story going. You have to understand production, they are storytellers. If something doesn't fit, okay, how can we navigate to get them to come back at the end? But at the same time, we got to have somebody that's going to be the black sheep that's going to sit up here and come at them sideways. All right. Kimmi isn't happy at all. Exactly. So Carlos is laughing all the way to the bank. He really is. He laughing all the way to the bank. I just had a conversation with one of his close friends, and actually they texting me right now. And hold on, I'm about to call you. Um, and he was actually talking about what people don't realize is that um the way Carlos is going about doing all these shows in these small towns or whatever, because most networks are not looking at it. But in the long run, I think they're going to start looking at it because, for example, look at 1,000 Pound Sisters, My 600 Pound Life. Hell, they in Kentucky. That ain't that far from me right now. And if you see how small that city is, you in Huntsville. They didn't think that was gonna be a big hit. The small cities is really where it's at because it's so common for people to want to go to Atlanta, they want to go to LA, they want to go to the big cities or whatever, or what people view as, oh, this is where you need to be. But it's those small towns, those small little cities where you blink your eye, you just pass the whole entire city. It be those towns that be having the most drama. Like, oh, if I'm not mistaken, I think Grown and Gospel, if I'm not mistaken, before they took that show to Detroit, I think Grown and Gospel was supposed to be in Nashville. And they told me who messed it up. And when they told me who messed it up, I said, I can see that. I can see that individual messing it up. Like, really? Anyway, because I knew two people that was supposed to be on the show from Nashville, but they went to Detroit, and I'm like, child, go ahead and do it. But Carlos, if you ever want to bring the show back to Nashville, let me know because I can tell you exactly who you need to get. But that's the way production look at shows when it comes to Love and Marriage Huntsville. When everyone is looking at what Maurice did, for example, when Martell did the interview with that girl, okay, it's trending. What went live? The little clip of him and Ariana. Hey, you asked for it and we delivered. That's what's going around. It went on the Shade Room. It went on Neighborhood Talk. It went on um Hollywood Unlocked. Those clips is what's going to make people tune in. And as you can see, Love and Marriage Huntsville isn't going anywhere. And not really trying to bring the girl up, but it is what it is. Y'all thought the show was gonna fail, and it's not. Yes, it getting 300,000 views, but it's still one of the highest rating shows on that network. So I don't see them getting rid of that show anytime soon. And from what I just put on my last video, I'm pretty sure they're gonna get renewed because if that come up at the reunion, Lord Jesus, I said next season gonna be everything. And I mean everything because y'all really don't understand how deep that stuff goes. It go to a place. It goes to a place, and I'm like, child, mm, yeah. Anyway, y'all, I thank you all for tuning in. Auntie Marcella, I see y'all in here. But yeah, Carlos King laughing straight to the bank. And trust me, they're getting paid really good from advertisers. What else? If they make deals to promote certain things online, it is what it is. Anyway, I've been on here for 20 minutes. This live wasn't going to be too long, but I did want to just talk about the situation going on with Maurice. I hope everyone is having a good week. And y'all, make sure you all tune in tomorrow so I can talk about Carlos King on network. And like I said, this Carlos King move is about to have people heated. On didn't come to play. This changes everything. This move is about to have fans big mad. And when I explain to y'all some of this stuff, I like your mic and thank you so much. I appreciate that. But yeah, when y'all find out what Carlos King done did, oh, let me tell y'all something. I laughed so hard about this situation because I was talking to someone and they told me they was like, baby, something big about to happen. And I was like, what's going on? I said, what do you have to do with it? They said it got something to do with television. I said, okay. Hmm. I called one of my homeboys. We was in up here talking about something because one of my homeboys, he's working on something with Netflix and I think either WeTV or TLC, whichever one of them networks. And we was talking about some people that work for Carlos King that interviewed for his company. Child, and just so happened one of the people worked on something and they gave out some information. I said, oh, really? Baby, I called that person back so fast. I said, congratulations. They said, congratulations what? I said, congratulations on da da da. Da. They said, how you know? I'm like, you do know I have producer friends and yeah. I said, child. Oh, that's why you can't be praying on people downfall. You just can't be doing no crazy ass shit. Cause you do not know who God is gonna use, who is he gonna bless. Oh, mm-mm-mm. Talk about a game changer. That's all I got to say. But anyway, y'all have a good night, and I will see you all tomorrow at 12 p.m. noon. Have a good day. Bye.